Hello, children. How are you all? Hope all of you are doing very well. Dear children, in the last class, we learnt how sources are very important in writing the history. We also learnt the types of sources that help in writing history, particularly the literary sources in the unit 1. Today, let us go to the unit 2. Here we will learn the other type of source called archaeological sources. Archaeological sources have four types. They are monuments, coins, inscriptions, and other archaeological remains or ruined things. What is archaeological source? Various resources or things available on the surface of the earth or under the earth is called archaeological sources. They are scientifically removed from the earth, and this process or the procedure is called excavation. For example, Harappan civilization, it came to light because of archaeological resources. Many things were found during their period. Let us take up the first type, that is the inscriptions. Inscriptions are writings engraved on various things. Here you can see the writings on stone, rock, metal, etc. You must know that inscriptions are more reliable or dependable sources for writing history. Children, do you know which is the earliest inscription found in India? Yes, here you can see it is Ashoka's inscriptions. Inscriptions are found in many Indian languages like Kannada, Tamil, Sanskrit, etc. Some of the inscriptions are given here. Just look at Allahabad pillar inscription by Samudragupta, the Aihole inscription by Immadi Pulikeshi. Chola's rural administration can be found in Uttarameruru. Even military achievements of the rulers can be seen in some of the inscriptions. Even many political, social, cultural, economical, and educational, also religious aspects can be seen here. Coins are another type of archaeological sources. Though they look very small, but give plenty of informations. Mainly they help us to understand the geographical extent of the ruler, and they help us to know languages of the administration. They also help us to understand their religion, economy, and technology of those kingdoms. Samudragupta had 7 types of golden coins, which tell us their interest in music. Gautamiputra Shatakharani got the name of Nahapana, which is engraved here. Roman coins found in Bengaluru proves that India had a trade contact with Rome, particularly the South India. Here are monuments like palaces, temples, forts, pillars, etc. They are the evidence to write the history. Mehruli's iron pillar and Vijayapura's whispering Gol Gumbas, or, Evidence for science and technology. Taj Mahal tells the story of love of Shah Jahan, and the victory of Ranakumbha can be seen in a victory pillar Vijayastambha of Chittor. Here we can see the cave pictures and engravings of Elephanta, Ellora, and Ajanta, which tell us the beautiful paintings of that period. The temples of Aihole and Pattadakallu explain the origin of Indian temple architecture. Nalanda University and the learning centers of madrasas by Muhammad Gawan in Bidar shows the importance given by them to the field of education. Here are defense technology used by sultans in Srirangapatna fort, Tipu Sultan's time. Monuments are the one which show the growth of religious aspects, technology, economy, and science of that period. Children, observe here what all the things can be seen. Yes, hope you have understood. You can see bangles, beads, seals, terracotta, which means burnt things like mud pot, idols, dolls, etc. All these help us to understand the socio-cultural, economical, political, and religious life of that people. Here is a question for you. By what method the age of biological fossils can be decided? Fossils means, is the parts remaining parts of the deadly animals and the plants. Once again, I am asking you the same question. By what method the age of biological fossils can be decided? And the answer is by applying carbon-14 dating procedure on the biological ruins, that is the dead animals, birds, and trees, and we can found in these sites, one can arrive at the accurate period of the ruins. This is a Buddha stupas, which came to light during excavations at Sannati in Yadagiri district and Rajaghatta of Doddabalapura Taluk. Digging the earth was conducted at Harikamedu and Pattanam in Tamil Nadu. Here we get many evidence which tell us their trade contact with the Romans and how these trade relationship established with the other countries. All these informations we can get it from this. Okay, children, with this we conclude the second unit from the first chapter called Sources. Shall we evaluate ourselves what we have learned from this unit? Okay. Here is the first question. Which source has a more reliability for writing history? The answer is, it's the inscriptions. One more question for you. Name the 4 types of archaeological resources. 4 types of archaeological sources. Can you remember? Yes. The 4 types of archaeological sources are 1. Inscriptions, 2. Coins, 3. Monuments, and 4th one, other ruins. I would like to give you a small homework for you children. Please note down this question. Explain the importance of coins in the writings of history. I repeat, explain the importance of coins in the writing of history. So, with this, we end the lesson. Thank you, everyone. Bye. Take care. Stay safe.